Hello, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, tell a friend. First, before we jump off, I want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers. Welcome to the tribe, and thanks for joining in the comments. On the docket today, we have My Big Fat Fabulous Life, Season 11, Episode 6, My Big Fat Alabama Baptism. Okay, so this show pissed me off so much. Oh
I'll let you go first.
my god. Okay, so what do I have here? Okay, so we finally get down to Alabama. Um, and I thought Glenn looked really nice. And she made him get out of her car and put on some Etsy t-shirt proclaiming
I can't
his
stand you.
granddaddy, great granddaddy, daddy positions or status. He went from looking put together to looking like a schlub. I don't know what, like, this man seemed nervous enough. And she always has to throw in an antic or a gimmick that really just it upsets me. I wanted this episode, this first meeting to be so much more, but instead, the production allowed Whitney to do everything possible to ruin it. Glenn
Mm-hmm.
has been begging this girl for episode after episode to calm the fuck down. I don't see where she has allowed him or Hunter, for that fact, or herself, to really get to know these people. Like, you could tell Whitney is just going by her binder, period.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter has been really slow in processing this situation. And I want to know, why are you so slow at this? Like, your daddy had sex and had a kid and gave it up for adoption. You have another sister, nieces and do she have nieces? Do he have nieces, or is it just nephews? I can't remember. Anyway, like, you have other people in your family now. So maybe he needed to see it to actually digest it, but it would have been nice if that it came out of his mouth. But again, I digress. And then we have Glenn. And I kept on sitting back thinking, what must be going through this man's head? Because you notice they always look at him like he's just quiet, or like looking at Whitney like, don't embarrass me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when he's like, will this girl actually like me or resent me or hate me for giving her up for adoption? Like, who did I give her up to for adoption for? Two, did they do a good job? Like, or did they beat her? Like, all of these questions I'm thinking must be going through his head about this child that he gave away all these years ago. And did he do the right thing? And all of this, but we didn't get to explore none of that. Why? Because we have Frowsy Whitney ruining this reunion from the beginning of the episode to the end. From her like forcing people to go into the water, to digging the swimsuit out the crack of her ass, to having crumbs all over herself, throwing herself all over a dance floor during a dance competition, playing beer pong, telling everybody we're all a member of this man's DNA. It was just so cringy to me, the way how she ruined what I thought might have been a great episode if she just wasn't there.
Okay, I was just about to say that. Okay, so for Hunter, I'm going to give Hunter some grace, and I'm doing that because I'm going to back to what he said. I think he was talking to his nephew. He said, growing up, it was just my mom, my dad, my sister, and me, and that was it. That was our family.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm trying to wrap my mind around is that now you know, I have nieces and nephews, and I have a
Mm-hmm.
grandniece. So for Hunter, he's trying to wrap around that his family just doesn't consist of
Mm-hmm.
the three people.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney, on the other chance, is looking at it more as like, hot damn, All my friends don't like me. They didn't left me. They're not trying to film with me. Thank God, this new family that came
How
up.
can I
Perfect.
exploit this?
Exactly. New people to
Mhm.
exploit.
And so let's see here. Tracy says, I'm hoping I can watch and chat from work. Either way, looking forward to your recap of this messy mess of a show. The highlight of my week, LOL. Thank you so much, Tracy, but don't get in trouble at work, okay? Hey, Sunway. Hey, Susan. To be honest, he did not look well. Glenn, yeah, he was very uncomfortable. In the confessional, he was rolling his eyes at Whitney. Um, I just wanted so much more from this, and like this, I'm gonna show you what I got. Like I wanted more, and this is what TLC gave me. Okay, hold on, window. This is what TLC gave me, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy. This is what TLC gave me. And this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Like, and this. It's just amazing to me that this is what they gave me. I feel like I was like shit on.
Okay, going back to that scene, is it me or Todd? Did Todd look like he was being held hostage and being forced to read a teleprompter? Like, read this
Yeah.
or else?
I don't think she trusts Todd anymore. Um that Todd scene was a little odd. I'm not gonna lie. Um but yeah, if that's all we're gonna get from Todd, that's all we're gonna get from Todd.
I was just want to make sure because I'm like, dude, you look you're being held hostage. Like seriously, like
Mm-hmm.
you're trapped. Um, and like I said, they said read this or there's
Mm-hmm.
consequences. And he read
Oh.
he read what he had to read.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's just take a look at where we at. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. First of all, we are in child. I didn't do all of my homework, but we in Dolphin Island. We is here. We is here. And
Gorgeous.
gorgeous, gorgeous. But wait, hold on. Um, this was so sweet when they met. Hold on, I'm gonna share. I didn't get a chance to download all of these, which is a shame. I've been a little tied up this morning, but when they finally met, I thought this was so beautiful. Look at Glenn's face. Glenn actually looks happy to see a child of his.
Stop it.
He looked genuinely happy. And let's see. This is the two of them looking at each other. They do look alike though.
They do.
They do look alike. That's crazy. But somebody should have told her to get her teeth fixed though. Why I gotta see all of them things? Oh my god. Look at this. Nice family gathering out on the dock. And okay, did y'all see this house? Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
That's a huge house.
Okay, here it go, here it go, here it go. Look at this. It got the hurricane pillars on the bottom. The hurricane pillars, so that when the tidal surge come in, it
Uh
don't
huh.
take out the upper floors. This is a
Gotcha.
massive house with dock. Look, the boat. If they own this, we like them and we want Glenn to move to Alabama ASAP. We all gonna go over there and help him pack up. And we
Here's what
gonna
I
help him
want.
sell his house in North Carolina.
Here is what I want. TLC, listen to me, and I want my 7.5%. I want a mini show with this family. It's going to be called The Dolphin Life, and that's all I want to see. I want to see the parents. Because when we met the parents, and I'm not sure if you felt this way,
Mhm.
when I met the parent, when we met the parents,
Mhm.
and they met Glenn, my first thought was like Glenn and Babs and Rosalie and her husband, I think his name is
Mhm.
Billy,
Mhm.
they would have been friends. And
Yes.
that was the first thing came. I'm like, and I like, part of me like teared up a little bit. I'm like, they would have been
Mhm.
friends. And her, Angie's parents were so warm and complimentary, and it was just a good scene. And I'm gonna put this: the Dolphin Life should have everyone on the show but Whitney, and I'm going to include Hunter. And here's why: it was
Cause he need
very
a
interesting.
job.
No, because I felt that Glenn's easy nature fit right in with this family. Like he just
Mhm.
slid in, and it felt natural. Hunter, him trying to process and
Mhm.
watching him process, I was here for that because he seemed to have a good rapport with his nephew.
Mhm.
Now he's more like Glenn. He's very easy natured as well, so he seemed to like just fit right on in with the conversation.
Mhm.
Whitney always comes in like a bull in a china shop
Mhm.
and just ruins the scene. Now, there's some people whose energy can overwhelm the room, and it's not a bad thing. Her
Mhm.
type of energy comes in and overwhelms the room, and it just squashes any kind of moment that can be had because
Yeah.
she feels the need to have the eyes on her.
Mhm.
Girl, like all eyes is gonna be on you anyway because you're a thickums, so
Mhm.
we can't miss you.
Okay.
And it's not a
Mhm.
dick. It's just you don't have to try so hard to be the center of attention.
I agree. I agree.
Like I said, TLC, the dolphin life.
I was
All we
thinking
need.
Sweet Home Alabama if we could get the rights to use that.
Ooh,
Because it would be like making home in Alabama and not in North Carolina.
right. And then what I would have done, if Todd, and I'm disappointed in Todd for this
Mhm.
because Todd, what you should have done
Mhm.
is reach out to someone on Instagram, like and say, Angie, like are y'all Alabama fans or y'all Auburn fans? And once she told you roll tide, what
Mhm.
you tell Whitney is like, okay, so Whitney, when you meet Angie for the first time in person, say War Eagle and watch the fight break out.
You so disgusting. You so disgusting.
What?
Mm-mm. But let's talk about that roll tide thing because I thought this was a cute scene where they was in the bus and one of his grandsons nominated him for governor of Alabama in his little getup.
That is so
Did
cute.
but wait, did you notice that she was drinking straight from the bottle of what is it the cinnamon whiskey Fireball?
Mm-hmm.
You noticed that Angie was doing that?
She was
Angie
definitely
had
doing.
her own flask of Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
She's toasting with it right here in this picture. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I think I left her already.
And we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna put it to the forefront. I haven't been on
Mm-hmm.
Reddit yet to see them roast her, but I'm going to need her
Mm-hmm.
to stop using the word country as a dig or a slight. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
that because when they were saying, we're gonna go hunting, we're gonna do some fishing, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I am here for this. I would, if I were there, I would definitely want to do that. Especially on my first trip, I want to do everything you guys do. But
Mm-hmm.
she sat back there and said, "This is some country ass shit." I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you know what?
Yes.
I'm like, ooh. I'm like, ooh. I like Angie. I'm offended for your family on that one.
It she was just so insulting all the way around. When she said that, I was just like, wait, what? What's so country with regards to what they proposed? I, see, this is what Glenn was talking about last episode. Don't
I
embarrass me.
agree. I agree. And
Don't
the fact,
embarrass me.
and when she asked, they're talking about fishing. I'm like, yes, fresh caught fish. I'm here for it. When she said like, oh, so if it's storming, are we still gonna go out? I'm like, I just dropped my head. I'm like, you really are that privileged. You are really, because even like I don't fish, but even I know, and I've watched fishing shows that
Mm-hmm.
the fish jump during a storm,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see them.
Oh my gosh. Natalie, hello, welcome. Natalie says, I live in Chicago, so to me, Whitney is country too. I don't know. Whitney is just
I did not
I
like it because she was using it as a dig, and I don't. That just irks me.
well, funny that you bring up that particular scene because they on the redut, they was on there blasting her for when she was sitting in the Adirondack chair talking about things were country, and she had dirty handprints all over her, like she like ate something and then just wiped her hands in the front of her shirt or on the front of her
Oh
pants.
yeah.
And that's what they were going in on her. They were like, you talking about country and this is how you looking? So yeah, I went on the redut.
Hmm.
Oh, and they also went in on her when her and Angie were making breakfast in the morning. FYI, I would never eat anything from Whitney that she cooked. Um, but they went in on her like, how are you walking around in that see-through cover up with a bikini on in front of your parent, Glenn,
Hmm.
but also her parents? Like,
Hmm.
someone even in the comments mentioned when they went to St. Lucia, she had a beautiful orange maxi dress and she looked really put together in it. Why couldn't she put that on?
But see, I'll tell you why, and this is purely my opinion, because this is how she foresees how country people dress going to the shore or the lake or whatever. That's my opinion.
Let me tell you something. In seasons past, whenever we got near a body of water larger than a puddle, this bitch will be taking off her clothes and showing us all of her goods.
Because remember, she
I
did it.
am
Remember, she did
praying.
that. She did that. Remember, she did that the season with Chase, and they went to that
Hmm.
lake, and people were like,
Yes,
put some clothes on. What
but
are you
I'm
doing?
hoping she doesn't do that now. I am so scared because what she's doing right now is really embarrassing Glenn and herself, but she doesn't realize that. But it, I would be so ashamed. So I don't even know this woman, and I'd be so ashamed. But this is
She.
what they want.
But here's the thing, though, Whitney, ma'am. Let me clue you in on something. Whether you're related by blood or not, you don't know these people.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you're family by blood, but you're not family by familiarity. These people are still strangers to you. You should act accordingly. And this is how you would act under normal circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
I see why you have no friends. And yes, you won't have no friends. Buddy ain't been around. Tall's not been around. And he lived like what 3.5 blocks from you. He ain't coming to see you or film with you. Heather, Ashley don't have nothing to do with you. No filming this season. You have no friends. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to ingratiate these people so you can exploit them. That's all it is.
How come we only see Angie's husband Shannon once? We need to start tracking that. We need to start tracking that.
Why?
Um, I just want to know. Maybe he just don't. He not down for this.
Here's the thing. With I'm gonna guess that he's not really into this. He's not into the his whole demeanor was like, yeah, I'm not really here for this. I'm just doing this for my wife. That's you. His whole demeanor, his body posture, his face.
Mhm.
He's not here for none of this. And also for him, Rosalie and Billy are his mother and father-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
for him, I think for him, he's like, I'm not even put myself in the middle to get to know this gentleman. Yes, this is her biological father, but he's not my family. Like these
Mm-hmm.
two are. So
Yeah.
I can see that from his standpoint. Like I'm not trying to get too involved in that. This is her journey. This is something she wants. So I'm gonna let her do it.
Mm.
And probably because he don't like Whitney already, he gonna cuss her out.
Okay, let's get back to that scene in the kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a hankering feeling that Angie them owned this house.
Yes.
She was not butting around looking for where the forks at, where the utensils are. She knew exactly where everything was in that kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this was the Airbnb, y'all.
Mm-mm. Because you could tell by the way they sat too, and on the couches, and how
Mm-hmm.
comfortable how they were having the. Okay, here's why I feel like this is they own the house too,
Mm-hmm.
because they had no qualms about letting production in that home. It was
Mm-hmm.
like you said, this is pre-planned, so the, you see production, you see the angles they were shooting from.
Mm-hmm.
They were all over that house.
All up in that house. All up in that house. Oh my God. Even doing the aerials.
Yeah, and because I was looking, I was noticed I watched it. I rewatched the inside of the house while they were
Mm-hmm.
talking. I went back
Mm-hmm.
and watched that uh, twice. Then I watched the outside while they were outside, and I was looking at the angle. I'm like, y'all are all over this house
Mm-hmm.
because the angles that they shot. I'm like, oh, you need to be on that second level, and in an Airbnb, you're not going to allow production to be on the second floor without you.
But don't forget, the second floor technically is the first floor. The
Right.
ground floor is the washaway.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, they went up the stairs when they came from
True.
the cars. They went up the stairs. So the what we're thinking is the first floor is really the second floor.
Okay.
They didn't go to the top floor because
No,
this
no,
is
no,
a
not the top.
yeah.
But it's just the
So
angles that they were coming from. I'm like,
mhm.
hmm.
I think they had a multi-person, multi camera setup in there, at least two inside and one outside,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Agreed.
handhelds. So this was a big production for them. And Angie, I hope you write this off in your taxes.
All of it. You get all your money back.
And if this is a rental, charge 4 times as much now since it's been
E-
on TLC.
Exactly.
But she wasn't stumbling around in that kitchen. She knew where everything was. Um, I thought it was also interesting that her parents refused to sleep there. They needed to get their rest.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. That just tells me they're not trying to be a part. They don't. They support Angie and what she's doing, but
Mm-hmm.
she's not. They're not trying to be any kind of public figures.
I wish that we could have seen a segment with Glenn sitting down and talking with her parents.
Like one on one. Like one on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we could have, but I guess that was just a little bit too much for Whitney because that's when she starts turning this into some big competition with regards to Jamie. Um this
Okay.
was so annoying.
Now, here's another thing I want. TLC, listen to me.
Mhm.
Just work with me, TLC. You can have the dolphin life. Love it. Beautiful. We
Mhm.
focus on Angie and her family. But then what I'm going to need you to do, I'm going to need you to finance Heath and Jamie to live in Greensboro for part of the year while Whitney's filming, just to aggravate her nerve. Because I love how Jamie triggers Whitney.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
that's the petty part of me.
You really want to see Whitney again? I don't.
Well, no, I'm saying she's probably gonna get renewed anyway, especially with this new family that she's gonna exploit. So I want Jamie and Heath to move to Greensboro, to aggravate Whitney's nerve.
You got a whole lot more patience than me because Jamie was getting on my fucking nerves as much as Whitney.
Well, here's the thing, Debbie. When in these type of situations, I always go with the lesser two evils. So in this case, we know what the evil Whitney is. Jamie's a new evil. I'm not sick of her yet, but the fact that she irritates the hell out of Whitney, I could put up with her for a little bit, maybe for a season or two.
The only way that I want to see Jamie and Whitney together is at Jamie's wedding.
Wedding.
So
I knew
that
it was.
Whitney can sit there and go, yet another thing that I failed at. But yeah, I didn't the whole beer pong dance competition, getting in the lake, all of that, it ruined it
That
for
was just
me.
weird. Okay, I have a question for you. And maybe,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, we're in the same age bracket. We probably aged out from this.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel it was weird that she was trying to be competitive with her niece?
Yes.
I mean, it was just like,
Yes.
ugh, like, who, what? You should even be entertaining your niece like that.
Okay, so these were some things that flowed through my head because I watched the last episode, parts of the last episode before watching this one when it was airing on
Hmm.
TLC. And basically, like, I got pissed off because I was seeing Glenn warning Whitney, don't
Hmm.
do what you gonna do.
Hmm. He said,
Just
dial it
let
back.
me. Yes, just don't do what you gonna do. Okay. And then what came across to me was, um, I felt like Whitney is actually threatened by Angie. And this is before getting there. Once
Hmm.
she got there, she is suddenly threatened by Jamie as well. And that's why she went so hard. These two women represent everything that her parents wanted out of her, but she
Hmm.
failed at. And these two women are it for Glenn. There's really no need for her, because what is she gonna give
Okay.
him except cat poop duty? Think about it.
Mm.
He's at your house and you giving him a binder with house chores to do, like he's 4 years old or something.
Mhm.
He goes down to Alabama, and he's up in this house with his other daughter who's catering to him,
I was
who's wanting
okay.
to get to know him. She respects him. She puts him at the head of her table and lets him do the prayer, which then you sit back and you condemn and criticize. I am an atheist, but if my father, who I purport to love, sits there and does a prayer, I'm not going to poo poo on that, because you know what? I might be an atheist, but I respect everybody to have their views on their own religions and what they want to do, just like how I would want them to respect me and my views on religion. Like, I found that scene so insulting. And I'm an atheist. And I was just like, "Arr." And she couldn't bow her head. I bow my head. If I'm in a situation where there is a prayer going on or some sort of respect being paid to someone else's religion, and I have to do something, I might not go all the way, but I will bow my head in respect. I will do a sign of the cross if I'm in an Anglican church, because that's what my family is, because I pay respect to that. I don't have to belittle it. And this whole episode was her belittling these people
Everything.
because their country, the location where they're at, because it's better than where she's come from. These people got means. They don't need her or her stupid TV show. And it irked her. And poor little Jamie has what she lost: youth and like a slender body, and a man.
Who's actually gonna marry her?
For real. And she poo pooed on everything and showed her nasty ass. She really did. And it just aggravated me throughout this entire episode. She is threatened by Angie and her children. How immature is that? And how sad it is that we have to sit down here and watch this shit. I was hoping to see Glenn have an adult conversation with Angie's parents. I was hoping to see how, like, we got that hug, and I was like, oh my God. And then it just went downhill because I wanted to see him sitting down and talking with Angie privately. I wanted to see him sitting down and talking with her parents. I wanted to see him with the great grandbaby on his knee. I wanted all of that. I wanted to see him integrate into this family and let him forgive himself for what he thinks he did. I wanted some of that burden lifted off of his shoulder. And what I fucking got? I got Whitney pulling her knickers out of her ass, being stuck in a floaty, and stomping around a dance floor and embarrassing Glenn. Whatever. I'm so sick of this show. I'm so sick of this show.
So I'm gonna say it like this, and here's how I see this. Now, we see Glenn and Angie meet, and you can see the trepidation, but they were excited. So they hug. I'm like, this is a great moment. She hugs Whitney. I'm like, fantastic. All right, so we go into the home, and here's the thing with Angie and Whitney. Angie was open and warm and accommodating.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is her home. This is definitely her home. And she was conscious of what Glenn is going through. So she's respecting boundaries on all sides, hers included. You contrast that with Whitney. Whitney knows even more so what Glenn's going through and what he's dealing with. But she's putting her own feelings and what she needs ahead of her father. And that's a stark contrast. Glenn goes to Angie, there's no rules. It's all like, we want you to relax. We want you to feel at home. We want you to feel like you belong here. Mm-hmm. Whitney, like you said, Whitney moved her dad in to give him a binder and give him cat poop cleanup duty. And, he's like, oh, I don't use these paper towels. Babs and I use these for 2 years. And then she wants to argue with him about paper towels instead of just going to the store and getting the paper towels he likes, or just going to his home and getting the paper towels he likes. Whitney, it's just a stark contrast of how selfish she is. And I didn't see just the length of the selfishness until I saw him with Angie and how she welcomed him and how the family welcomed him. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. We're gonna go with the premise that Glenn just met these people. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how comfortable he looked with people he barely knows, right? Mm-hmm. And how Hunter seemed to be comfortable with people he barely knows. Mm-hmm. But when you see them with Whitney, you can see how uncomfortable they are with her. And that's because of her selfishness. Mm-hmm. I could be wrong, but that's what I get from this.
Or they're just on edge with what she's going to do next.
That too.
Because I'm sure they weren't expecting the stunt with them going in the lake. And then, like, what's his name? Hunter said, isn't it funny how she proposes the next challenge to be something that she's an expert at, dancing? Mm-hmm.
And she sucked at that. She sucked all the way around. That dance competition was trash. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you why. Whitney, baby cans, honey pie cakes. Your disappointment. Here's why. We live in the age of technology. Mm-hmm. You saying, I don't know how, I've never line danced before, I don't know how. there's plenty of YouTube videos of line dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure of it.
Of course.
Also, the song you chose. Everybody, well, at least for me of my age range,
Mm-hmm.
um, if you don't know country or know line dancing, who doesn't put on Shania Twain? No one's gonna root against Shania.
They might not have had the rights to use Shania's music.
Oh.
That they probably have certain music that they don't have to pay that much for, um or
Mm.
get at, request rights. Like they would have had to go to whoever owns Shania Twain's music catalog and request the rights to you that and then pay for it.
Are you trying to say they went to YouTube and downloaded copyright free music? Is that what you're saying, Debbie?
Probably,
Okay.
probably, because there isn't a budget for that on this show.
Okay.
So forgive her the music, because I'm sure that they played something else in the bar, but when it came time to editing, they overlaid it with something else that they didn't have to pay for.
Mm.
Yeah, so give her a break on that. Not that I'm a Whitney fan, but I'm gonna cut her some slack on that, because you are right. I thought it could have been something better, but then I remember they probably would have to pay for it.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah. Um. What else happened here? How many of y'all think she rigged that dance competition?
Oh, for sure. You know, there was probably some. The judges were probably some people on production.
Well, no, the judges were trying to do a tie, and she was like looking at him with the death stare, and she was like, "There is no tie." How do you know that? You're not the judge, Whitney. But whatever. I don't know. I wanted to. I was looking forward to this episode so much, and that's my fault because I know that Whitney would have ruined it for me, and she did. So I'm sorry, y'all. I did not enjoy this episode. I
I,
didn't.
but the only problem was Whitney. Like
Yeah.
everyone else was chilling along and like they were excited to be there, and she just like ruined every scene.
Oh my God, Cody and Ryan were hilarious dancing around on the floor on the competition, because I think they were the first ones up. They were like, "We're just gonna freewheel this or freestyle this," and they were hilarious. Um, Hunter and Angie were also pretty good. I thought that was a nice pairing, the two oldest
Mm-hmm.
siblings. And then we had Jamie and Heath is his name. They
Mm-hmm.
were okay. And then we had like I love seeing Glenn get up and participate in it. I really did. Um, but Whitney kind of ruined it. But okay,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I just can't. I'm really trying with this show, y'all. Every season I say this. I try with the show. But this was like the biggest disappointment I've ever had watching this show. The biggest disappointment, because I felt like there was a direction that production could have gone to make this so much more engaging and human. But it devolved into a circus.
But here's the problem, though. I'm not gonna blame this on production, and the reason why is this. I thi- for me, everything was good, but Whitney. You can't do anything with that. Production, there's nothing production can do with that. When the star of the show is the issue, there's nothing they can do with that.
Yes, there is. They could cancel it.
Debbie,
You know I'm right. Cancel
I
that
know
shit.
you're right, but
And
just
create
cancel.
Dolphin Life.
Yes,
Create.
exactly.
Listen, we will help Glenn pack and escape Whitney House and take him down to Dolphin Island or wherever, because this is the vacation home. Can't wait to see the real house. Um, we will drive him down to no, we will actually fly him down. Fuck driving.
Right.
He already delivered the dollhouse. We will fly him down and we will carry his luggage and we will deliver him to Angie so he could have a normal rest of his life with someone who cook him breakfast. and let him pick out his own clothes so that he could wear when the day come. I don't know. I I'm so upset with this stupid show. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I didn't even go in. This is so silly.
What?
Okay. Is there anything else that happened on this show that probably will not piss me off?
Um, I don't think so. I think that was pretty much it. Here's the thing, and I'm sad to say this,
Hmm.
but I don't see this getting any better.
Oh my
Um,
god.
because of Whitney. I just don't see it getting better because she's a problem, and ugh, and it stems from the fact that she needs to be the center of attention.
I think I'm gonna have to
So,
add in rant into our description of this show because I think all we've done is rant on about how disappointed we are. And now you're saying it's not going to get any better. Jamal. Mm. Anywho, I don't
hey,
know.
all we can do is what we can do.
At least we have Switzerland to look forward to.
Well, we know she's gonna fuck. I mean, she's gonna mess that up. Sorry, guys.
That's the real Jamal. Yes, she's gonna fuck that up.
It's just you just see it with her. It's just like,
Mhm.
dude, come on now.
Is cocktails? Yes, I think so. I think I saw the link come in. So yes, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. But check your notifications or check Heidi Black's channel just to see if she's. I might be wrong. Hold up, y'all. Y'all know that I'm not too good in the head. Um, bear with me a second, because I thought I saw it. 3 messages. Yes. Have to reschedule to. Wait, what? I think something is happening tonight. Don't take anything that. Just check out Heidi's channel. I think something is happening tonight. Um, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. But yeah, and we hope to see you there. Including you too, Jamal. You should come and hear us talk about all of the crap that we talk.
I mean, I do pop in. I do monitor. I do watch. I just don't engage in the chat because
Mhm.
that's you and Heidi's thing. Like I enjoy just watching.
Heidi gets a kick out of it when you come in, so we can make you blush.
Oh, I know. I'm just I like it when you guys do your thing and be wild. Sometimes I'll pop in like, what the hell y'all talking about? Nope, gotta go.
Listen, the amount of rubbish that we talk, we're like, it's a bunch of women getting together and just drinking, um, and talking smack. So, and we talk about the shows too.
Oh,
But
and we
usually
talk
we're
about
drunk.
the shows.
Hmm.
You're hilarious. He's like, oh, and we talk about the shows too.
And we talk about the shows too. Yeah. Yeah, we talk about the shows. Oh my god. Yeah, just take a look and see if she has a show scheduled. Um I think she does cuz I think I set my reminder for it. All right, y'all. I think we're done with this. I know I am. Um in summary, I'm just disappointed. I was aggravated and just plain downright mad at this episode. TLC, you could have done a lot better. Um, and don't ever show Whitney stuck in a donut again.
Yeah, I think they thought that would be like comic relief, and it just wasn't funny.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, no, no. Anywho, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? Oh
He's
wait,
like, yeah, what?
did you? I got a question for you. outside of Whitney. Did
Mhm.
you watch the new 90 Day?
Not yet, but I did see like a clip. Is that the one with the what's her name, Nikki,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy from Mexico?
No,
Like,
they had a date in Mexico. He's from
oh,
Moldova.
he's from a,
He's
oh, huh?
from Moldova.
Oh,
Yeah, we got another one. Um, I can't do this
okay.
show. I cannot do 90 Day. Don't ask me to do it. I'm
How
just
bad
not.
is it? How bad is it?
God. Jasmine and
Wait, we
Gino
mean,
is
we mean,
ridiculous.
we mean Jasmine. What?
Yes, Jasmine and Gino are on it.
Oh gosh.
Um, hold on. I made some notes. I really tried with this. Ashley and Manuel. Ashley is a black woman from Rochester, New York, who's also a witch, who met Manuel down in
Ugh.
Ecuador while she was on a college trip. And she was young, dumb, and full of cum. And he got a big dick, and she's bringing him up there, but he doesn't know about all her witchiness. Um, she, uh, I don't believe that at all. Sophie and Rob. Sophie is a mixed race young lady that lives in London. Rob is also a mixed race young man that lives somewhere near Compton. Crenshaw, that's where he's from. But I have doubts about whether he's from Crenshaw. I feel like that's some illegal money that her family have, or she's a scammer. Horrible wig. Um, and if you need to make your storyline about you putting down roach traps or roach bait traps in your studio apartment that does not have a bathroom inside of the apartment, they got to go outside to across the yard to get to the toilet. I'm gonna need to
Oh,
skip
okay.
that. Um. Oh, and by the way, she's also a bisexual but hasn't told anybody. And they met on
Okay.
social media. Then there's Nicole and Justin. Nikki is our next transsexual that TLC is going to be taking advantage of. Um, Justin is not his real name, it's Igor, but she named him Justin because she didn't like Igor because it reminded her of Frankenstein. And he looked like Justin at the time. She met Justin when she went to Moldova to see her actual boyfriend, who was a Russian but got in some legal trouble and was deported. And she went to do a pop up visit with him in Moldova, but he was living with his actual girlfriend and told her to go away. So then she met Igor, aka Justin. So she already applied for a K1 for him. He came over, but he wouldn't wash the dishes or clean up the apartment. And so they got into an argument, and she told him that's why I was born a man. And he went back home. Skip down a couple more years later, and they reconnect. She takes him to Mexico, but he can't seem to have sex with her because he can't get over that she used to be a man. And apparently he's gonna ask her if he could bring in another man to satisfy her sexually because he can't bring himself to do it. And I was just like, whatever. Jasmine and Gino. Jasmine went and got butt implants with the money that Gino sent her to get her a wedding dress. And that's it. I can't remember anything else that happened on this show. Apparently, there is someone who has their mother living in a closet while they have.
What is this?
I am not reviewing this show. It is dumb. I'm not wasting 2 hours on this
No,
bullshit.
this sounds like really stupid. Wow.
Yes. Yes.
How the mighty have fallen.
I mean, they're all new characters, but nothing was believable.
It
Nothing.
sounds like it.
It just seems like they're overproducing everybody. I'm just like, whatever. And move up to date for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, October 25th. Interesting. We'll have to talk about that, Jamal. We've got some shuffling to do. Um, but yeah. So guys, if y'all are watching 90 Day Fiance, the original, good luck. I will be peeping at it, but I'm not wasting anybody's time
Right.
reviewing
No.
that. No.
No. Like the
Um,
stories, okay, the stories you just ran down, and you just ran down the Cliff Notes version.
mm-hmm.
Just your Cliff Notes alone tell me I'm not watching this. As soon as you said Gino and Jasmine, I'm like, okay, yeah, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're
She
okay.
got she got butt implants, and his Gino's sister-in-law sent her a text telling her, do not get married between April this date and April that date, because I'm gonna be in Florida on vacation. And she is taking that up again as he likes his family more than he likes her. And of course, Gino keep on saying the thing that keep pissing her off. Until we get married, Jasmine. And then even after you get married, you're still gonna like your family more than her.
Exactly.
You know? Rodney, yeah, maybe we'll talk about it in the tell-all.
Tell all. Right.
Yeah. But I can't ask you guys to watch 2 hours of that bullshit. No.
Yeah. And I already struggled with the 90 days that we just did, which was 2 hours an episode.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled with the app version, which is the hour and 25 minutes. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a lot of just why am I sitting here? All right. So guys, join us tomorrow. We will be doing 90 Day Last Resort, which I got a good kiki out of. And we will be doing 90 Day Fiance the other way, which I did not get a kiki out of.
90 days the other way. Who is that?
Um, why did I feel like Kimberly's underpants that morning that she got up for the wedding? I just felt like a big old shart, a skid mark in her trowel while watching that show. Um, I never thought I'd say this, but the wedding did not hold me.
Oh, Kimberly. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But can we, Debbie, can we just be honest here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that wedding was not going to hold your attention. It was,
Well, we
it
still
was,
haven't gotten to the wedding though.
there was no extravagance. There wasn't going to be any extravagance. There wasn't going to be no 10 day. No. Sorry. Not
I
that
know.
interested. I mean, I know you love a wedding.
I
You
love a
do.
wedding. But we got two disappointed weddings. Well, we have to wait for the actual ceremony because we did Anjal or whatever it is, Anjali and the Sangeet. We did the Mendi. Yeah, but like they showed bits and pieces of the setup, but we ain't get to see the whole impact unless we waiting for the wedding day to see all of that. Um, whatever.
Okay, Rodney. Rodney says the other way is boring now.
It
The
is.
other way's cast is not a good cast.
But this episode, it made me see that Yash is in on this plan with TJ and Kimberly.
But didn't we mention? We may have talked about it like not on camera. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about like doesn't seem right.
No, no. It's just dumb. It's very contrived, and it's a waste of what little intelligence I have left.
And here's the whole thing, and people may not want to hear this, but I'm gonna say it. How is it that the UK is killing the game right now? For me, UK was so entertaining for me.
Because it's on Discovery Plus.
Oh, fair point. Oh, but I do want to ask you. So I
Mm.
saw. I wanted. I'm not sure it was an Instagram post, but
Mhm.
I saw something about Mass Australia. Something about
Mhm.
revenge porn and somebody gets dumped like after the wedding. Like what? Like are we? Is I'm trying to think. Are we gonna take a peek at that, or what we gonna do?
Oh,
I'm intrigued.
I watch Maps Australia faithfully. The end of January for 3 months, I'm locked down 4 nights a week or 4 mornings a week. You are the slacker.
I know, but I'm just like, wait. We
You
got
are the
revenge porn.
slacker.
Oh, we got revenge. Oh, wait, I saw. All I saw was revenge porn and someone getting dumped right after the wedding. I'm like, I need to figure out when this is on. I need to get back into my Mass Australia.
Yeah, me and Susan, we're die hard for this. And the thing is, I send you links. I send you the bootleg links before they go down, and you just ignore them. You just get
I
out of
mean,
here.
okay,
I don't want to hear nothing from you.
okay. I no. I'm locked in. I'm intrigued. Um, yeah. I'm here for this. So is it? Would you know when it starts? Is it end of January? You said.
Yeah, it's usually the end of January
Yeah.
for
Like just
three
send me
months.
just send me the links. But do me a favor. If you send them to my phone.
Where else am I
I,
gonna send it?
I think you sent it on Instagram. And I
No, I
was
would
it
never send it Instagram
was
because
it
I
phone?
go in, I send the link from YouTube when I'm watching it, and I forward it to your text message.
Send me the link to the channel so I can set it up for alerts.
But that's the thing with the bootleg.
Uh-huh.
The channels change. And I
Oh,
go through and I look for ones that have the full episode and it's not all wonky where you're seeing like up close and then pull back and then wiggle wiggle wiggle.
so
Like
okay, so
I waste my time looking for good edits of cuz remember the bootlegs are up there for only a little bit of time
got it. Okay, I
before
thought it
they
was
get
like a
taken
boot.
down.
I thought it was a bootleg chick. Okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Send it to me. I will watch this
See,
faithfully.
Susan knows what I go through. Susan.
Okay, I used to do that. The bootleg. I used to go through channel. I used to. And I got frustrated. I
Mhm.
quit.
Yeah. So, you heard it all here first. Jamal said that he's going to try with Maths
Oh
Australia.
no, no. There's no try with this. There's going to. I'm going to actually block off time. Last time I just didn't do it, and I admit that. I would just forget. If you don't send it to me, I'm not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the truth. That's just the truth.
Okay. Well, guys, join us tomorrow for our 90-day rundown. Um, mm, I have things to say about Kalani.
Now,
Mm-mm-mm.
here's the thing. I know we're gonna talk about it tomorrow probably, but
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some concerning things in the
Uh,
streets.
with the statement she released.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I have.
Oh.
Here's the thing. You put this out here like this,
Mm-hmm.
and you do it now. In my head, I'm like, what made you snap and release the statement? Like,
I was thinking about her kids. Like they gonna see that.
and that was my thing. Like, what? That's why I was in my head. I was like, what made you snap? Like I didn't read the whole statement. I read the title of the blurb,
Mhm.
the post, and I only read the first parts of it, and I'm like, do you not realize you put this out and it's gonna be everywhere? I mean, you put a target on the Swelu. I'm gonna say that it's her story and it's her truth. Fine, but I'm thinking like think about how you put the target on his back to be labeled certain things, and think about your children. Like, I mean, I really hope
I didn't even think about Asuelu in this because
you have. Well,
the mere fact how the only reason why I was thinking about the kids was how the second one came into existence.
for me, it's a twofold. That's part of it, and the other part of it is that
She said it was documented. There's Popo record.
and I think yeah, my thing with how can I put this with the children is more like what they're gonna have to go through is gonna be a lot
Oh,
because
Susan, we're talking about 90-day, the last resort, and what Kalani disclosed on this week's episode, and then because she got backlash on some of the actions that she portrayed in the show, she released a separate a social media statement regarding us not judging her or coming for her or whatever. And it's a jam-packed statement. I encourage all of you to go and take a look at it. It's all over YouTube. Everybody has done a show on it. But yeah, um, I just thought about especially her second child.
yes.
Um,
See,
the
the first
second
of the
child.
that was my like I said that was my first thought,
Mhm.
and then my second thought was the ramifications down the road for them. When I read the first
Mhm.
part, I just like I said, I only read the first part, and I'm being honest about that.
Mhm.
I have to go back and read it. But what I read, I was like, huh?
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
He's an adult. He can take care of himself. If nobody
yeah,
pressed charges, that's her issue and his.
right.
Um, these statements live on in eternity on
Hmm.
social media. Even if you take it down, someone else has already got a snapshot of that shit
Yeah.
and can put it back up.
Hmm.
Um, I just think about little, what's his name, Kennedy.
It's
I think
Kennedy.
about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think about that little kid and seeing that statement one of these days, and it's sad. It's sad. Um, hey, Auntie. Hey. Aw, thank you, Auntie. Yeah, the adults I don't have much sympathy for because they're gonna throw their barbs at each other. But
Right.
when you wrap the kids in it, then yeah. But kudos to you, Kalani.
I mean,
Yeah. The second child, Kennedy, Auntie, I agree with you. It's
hmm
gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. And you can't even say like if it's true. She's put it out there. So people no longer care whether it's true or not.
and that's the thing. And because it was a direct statement from Kalani,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's true or not, that that part of public opinion is probably kind of out of the window at this point because you put the statement
Mm-hmm.
out there and there's documentation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of rough. But we'll talk about all of that tomorrow. I'll try to see if I can find that statement somewhere. But yeah, join us tomorrow. Bring your thoughts. Let us know, what you think about it. Or if me and Jamal are just old fuddy duddies who don't have any idea what we're talking about. All right. So Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we are good.
Okay, so until next time.
Of course.
All right, y'all. Bye.